What's going on, everyone? Welcome to today's pandemic update video for Friday, March 10th, 2023. Starting off here, we do have one news item to share with you, and we do not have any new COVID positives, and also no new COVID outbreaks. At least I have not found any, which is some good news. And this first news story comes out of NBC News. You remember, NBC News has the Today Show, which did a segment on post-COVID heart issues. Well, now they're doing a segment on NBC News itself about long COVID. And they say the risk of getting long COVID is about 5 to 10%. That to me seems to be on the lower end of the bracket. Some sources are saying it could be as high as 25 or 20%. Some are saying 15%. Personally, I don't think we know what the actual real number is. But there is something in this report that I want to draw your attention towards, and that is this. I'm going to underline it. It says, since the start of the pandemic, nearly 38 million adults in the U.S. have reported post-COVID symptoms 3 months or longer, according to the NBC News analyst. And basically what that's telling us is that, hey, there's a large number of people that have post-COVID symptoms in this country, and as we know, some of them are now disabled, some of them can't work anymore. There's a whole array of issues going on, and clearly, if you have 38 million adult Americans in this country with post-COVID issues, it's something that needs to be dealt with. And that does not even include all the children that have post-COVID issues. Alright, taking a look at the wastewater surveillance. As you can see here, portions of Maine are still of moderate transmission. New York State is a general mixed picture. Western New York is at high to moderate transmission. Upstate New York's at moderate transmission. Down in New York City is in low to near moderate transmission. The Great Lakes region still has a lot of moderate transmission sites. Nebraska, you still have those high transmission sites, but a few of them have switched over to moderate. Checking out here in Utah, you still have around Salt Lake City a bunch of moderate transmission sites. In California, you still have some moderate transmission sites near the Bay Area, low transmission in Southern California, and down south, things are relatively quiet, with the big sore thumb that sticks out being New Orleans, where they're still dealing with a surge in wastewater because of post-Mardi Gras. Taking a look at the national transmission map, high transmission makes up 1,318 counties, substantial transmission makes up 848 counties, moderate makes up 829 counties, and low makes up 227 counties. Taking a look at the latest CDC COVID variant proportion, which just came in today. And check this out, we do have a new character on the map, which means we will likely possibly do a full variant proportion update video at some point this weekend. Let's go through them. XBB.1.5, 89.5%. BQ 1.1, 4.7%. XBB 2.1%. But hey, what's this here? Yes, XBB 1.5.1. So this is a new variant that has just exited the picture. I honestly do not know where this variant has originated from. Maybe the Midwest, where we have seen, the Great Lakes, where we have seen higher transmission. Some investigating is going to need to be done. And then you also have a BQ.1, which is at 1%. So XBB 1.5.1 has entered the picture. I will investigate on this. I'll have a full variant proportion update video over the weekend. We'll see where that has come from, or hopefully figure out where it has come from. New York State today is at 1,283 new cases, 2.5% positivity rate, which is higher than the 7-day average of 2.4%. Taking a look at today's hospitalizations in New York State. New York State today has 1,508 hospitalizations and 148 people in the ICU. The most recent update out of Texas shows 7,244 cases, 102 deaths, and we come over here to hospitalizations, 1,635 people hospitalized. Taking a look at the latest death numbers here, 801 deaths were added yesterday. According to this site I'm looking at here, that means 1,240 deaths so far this week. Let's today take a look at the BNO count. BNO US update yesterday added another 782 deaths. The previous day before that, they added 631. So their count is already close to 2,000 this week. And it's likely that's probably a more accurate count. Let's take a look at Walgreens here. The national positivity rate is 28.2%. The prior week was 31.1%. That's a difference of down 3%. But there are some states that now stick out. Look at Alaska. Look at Vermont. So we'll start off with Maine. Maine is now down to 34.7%. That's down 3% from the previous week, which was 37.7%. Coming over here to Vermont, positivity is rising significantly, but testing has dropped significantly as well. 26.7% positivity this week, 16.1% last week. That is up 10.5%. New York State is at 29% this week, 32.4% last week. They are now actually dropping again, down 3.4%. Maryland is up by 3.9%, making the total for this week 30.9% versus last week's 27%. Nebraska has risen a little bit again, 34.7% this week, 29.2% last week. That is up by 5.6%. Let's take a look at Oregon. Oregon is at 22.6% this week, 24.9% last week, down 2.3%. Louisiana, where we still see a Mardi Gras surge in the New Orleans area, 30.4% this week, 28.3% last week, up by 2.1%. Finally, Alaska. Wow. 30.8% this week, 13.3% last week. A difference of up 17.4%. That is a major increase. Let's take a look at some international data before we end this out. The United States is actually down 37% on cases and down 36% on deaths. Russia, cases are up 9%, deaths are up 21%. Taiwan, cases down 12%, deaths up 20%. Cases are rising in South Korea by 12%. Japan, deaths are down 20%, cases are down 15%. Germany, cases are now down 59%, big drop, and deaths are up 12%. Chile has a 30% increase in cases. That's pretty significant. And deaths are up 10%. Poland, cases still up 23%. Deaths now up 16%. And Belgium, cases are up 14%. And deaths are down 33%. One last thing before we complete today's update. We want to take a look at the flu map, because this, I believe, did update, week ending in March 4th. But still, it needs to be looked at. New York City continues to be at high levels of flu, and has been for a very long time. Not at the highest bracket here, but orange, that's fairly high enough. So flu is circulating at a decent clip in the New York City area. Washington, D.C., moderate flu transmission. We have even higher transmission in New York City, in New Mexico, and that's been going on for some time as well. Also, take a look at California. California has now shifted back to moderate flu transmission. Puerto Rico is another area that we were seeing high flu activity. So there are a couple areas where flu cases have risen again. And remember I said a couple weeks ago, it was possible this could happen based on past history, where as you head into spring, you get one little last kick upward in the flu transmission, and it's happened in a couple areas. Alrighty, that does it for today's pandemic update video. I hope you found this video enjoyable and informative. If you did, hit the like button down below. If you want to see my future content, give the channel a subscribe. Alrighty, till next time, stay safe everyone, and have a great weekend, but have a safe weekend.